Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time meeting me, my name is Bella and I am your favorite online fashion tutor. So today we are going to be making this lovely cowl boo top. Okay, this lovely cowl boo top. I decided to mix mine with this sequins fabric I have lying around, just to give this fabric a spark. It creates another vibe with the combination. So it's on the collar, at the button stand, and at the band. So give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. Like, share, comment, and let's get started. So I have 2 yards of Duchess fabric here. This is what I'm going to be making use of. So the first thing first, I'm going to fold my fabric into 2 because I'll cut the front separately and I'll cut the back separately. Okay, so let me fold my fabric. So after I have folded my fabric into 2, I'm going to be imputing my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 8.5. So I'll impute 8.5 here. Then I'll impute my long sleeve measurement. So my long sleeve measurement is 24. But because I'm going to be using 2 inches band, that will give me 22. Okay. So what I have here at the end of my fabric is 21. So I'll use it like that. I'll use the 21 like that. So coming down to the end of the fabric, I'll come down by 2 inches. Okay. Then for my neckline for the back, I'm going to be using a neck depth of 1 inch and a neck width of 3 inches. So I'll connect neck depth of 1 inch and the width is 3 inches. This is for the back and it is cut on fold. Okay, so I'll connect. So from this 3 inches neck, from the 3 inches neck width, I'm going to draw my shoulder slant. That is the reason for these 2 inches we left here before. So I'll draw my shoulder slant. Okay, I don't know if we can see this mark. Okay, so this is my shoulder slope. So from the edge, I'm going to be putting my, because I want it to have a little bit of pleat at the cuff or at the round sleeve. So I'll make it SS. My round sleeve is 10. And we are supposed to divide it by 2, which will give me 5. Then you add your sewing allowance. But no, I'm going to use that exact 10. Okay? So the SS will be for my pleating. So this is 10. Okay? For the round sleeve. Then I'm going to mark down my blouse length. So my blouse length is 30. So I'm marking 30 for my blouse length. So at this blouse length, you can impute your hip measurement plus any allowance of your choice, like your hip divided by 4. So here I am using hip 50, which is 12.5 when you divide it by 4. So if you want it to be big, you can start from 4 inches upwards to add your free allowance. So I'll just mark my 12.5 here. Then I'll add 4 inches. I don't want it to be that much because I'm already big, so making the clothes to be extra big will look somehow. But if you're a slim person, you can add 6 inches, you can add 8 inches, you can add 5 inches. It just depends on how wide or how bogus you want the shirt dress to be. So from this my 4 inches allowance, I'm going to connect it straight to my round armhole. Okay, so for that I'll be using my curved ruler because I don't want it to be straight. I want it to have a bit of curve here. So from here straight, then a little bit of curve here. So this is what we have, and we are done with the back. So I'm going to cut it out now and pin it down because this cloth is giving me problem. I'll pin it down. It's slippery, so I'll cut it out, pin it down, and we'll use it to cut the front, right? So guys, I finished cutting the back. This is the back. So I've placed it in on top of my folded fabric for the front. Now the difference between the front and the back is in the neck depth. The neck depth, and the front will have button. The front will have button. So I gave 2 inches allowance for my button hole and button stand. Okay, so this is 2 inches is for my button hole and my button stand. Then the neck depth for the front, I'm using 3.5. Remember, for the back is 1 inch. The neck width is 3 inches. So the neck depth for the front, I'm using 3.5 inches. Okay, that's for the front. But the width still remains the same because front and back width is always the same. So I will go now to cut out round. They are going to be the same thing all round. Then for the neck, you just draw out the neck for the front, because the front and the back neck is not the same. So this is the neck you cut for the front. Apart from the neck and the buttonhole stand, every other thing is the same. So I'll go now to cut them out. So guys, this is what we have after cutting it out. So I'll go ahead to notch where my button is going to. My button stand starts from, for the up and the down. I'll go ahead to notch them. So after this, now I'm going to cut my band. So I'll be using 2 inches band, but because I want to introduce a sequin fabric, so because I want to introduce sequin fabric at the band, the width of my band is going to be 2 after sewing. So because I'm going to turn it with this up, then sew it to the shirt itself, I'll add ½ inches up, ½ inches down. So in total, I'm cutting 3 inches for the band. Okay. So after cutting for the main fabric, I'm going to use it to cut this sequence. So this main fabric will be serving as a lining for this sequence. This sequence will be in the front like this. Okay, so because this sequence is rough on the skin, I don't want it to be inside. I want it to be outside. So this smooth one will be inside. So let me duplicate this on the sequence fabric. So I'll also introduce this sequence on my collar and my buttonhole stand. So I just want it to have, not to be just plain, I just want it to have a little bit of sparkle. Okay, so now right now what I'm going to do is to go and turn this band. So right side facing each other, I will sew up here, then turn it like this. Okay, so this is how we'll sew it on the men's shirt. Okay, then after that I will go ahead to stitch my two shoulders together, because this will enable us to know the wideness or the length of our collar. So after stitching the cuff, I'll go ahead to stitch my two shoulders together so that we can get our collar measurements. Okay, so guys, I've gone ahead to stitch the shoulder down. Okay, this is my shoulder, the two shoulder. I've stitched them down, and I've gone ahead to turn my band. So this is how it's going to be. You can see that I turned this side inside, then here I just stitched the two fabric together so that I can use it to, I can easily attach it to the band. Okay, so here you find the midpoint, notch it. Automatically, this is your shoulder joining, is your midpoint for the sleeve. So you pin the two midpoints together. And yes, I already weaved my shoulder. I like weaving as I sew so that I can get the important places to weave. So you see how this is the band. You can see how small it is on the sleeve. That is why you gather the men's sleeve back to the size of this band. Okay, you gather or you pleat it back to the size of this band. So I'll go now to attach it. So for the button stand, I just went ahead to fold it and sew it down. Remember the place we notched, so I fold it and sew it down to the place we notched. Okay, the two of them. But this side, I gave it a little bit of spice. You see, I introduced this sequin I introduced on the band. I did it for this one part of the button stand. Okay, so this part will be up, so it's going to be like this. I just want it to have a little bit of sparkle on it. I just don't want it to be plain green like that. Okay, so this is how you can create your own ready to wear. This design, I didn't see it anywhere, I just came up with it. I have these pieces. See, I have the pieces already, so instead of keeping it, I just decided to introduce it to this fabric. So this is how it's going to be, like this. And you can see it's adding more color to the clothes. And when I add the band too and add it to the collar too, it will make sense. Okay, so now because I've added this here, I'm not going to be doing the regular buttonhole and button. Rather, I'll be using the press button. So I'll put the press button here on this one and the other one inside here. So I'll use press button and it will be like this because I added this here. But if you're not adding anything here, just do your regular button and buttonhole. Okay, so let me go and attach this band. And when I'm done, I'm going to stitch the sides. I will stitch the sides with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Okay, I'll stitch the two sides with 1/2 inch sewing allowance and hem the bottom. This top, you can finish it cutting and sewing max 30 minutes. Okay, so I'll just go now, attach this band. I've showed us how to attach it. Then I'll sew the two sides together with 1/2 inch sewing allowance and weave. Then I'll hem the bottom. And for the collar, I'm going to be using my one-piece collar. I've taught that on this channel and I'll put the link in the description box. below. So that's what I'll be using for this collar, my one-piece collar, one-piece shirt collar. So all you need to do is to measure your round neckline and use it to cut out the collar and attach. In that video, I did that video how to cut it and how to sew it. So please use the video to attach your collar, and I'll show us what we have at the end of the video. If you have any comments, drop it in the comment section below. Any question, drop it in the comment section below. Don't hesitate to share this video, like it, and let's finish our shirt dress, and I'll show us what we've made at the end of the video. So guys, this is what we have at the end of the video. At the end of the sewing, this is what we have. You can see the effect that my sequins combination gave the top. It's not just plain, it has a bit of sparkle in it. Let's move closer to the top. So see the sequins. You can see how shiny it made the dress. It made it not just to look just plain. This is it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. Like, share, comment, and I will see us in my next video. Till then, bye.